Sean Terry here from Flip2Freedom.com, and this is video number 3 of a 4-part series about Extreme Freedom 2015. And in this particular video, we're going to talk about how to take your real estate investing hobby to a consistent $100,000 a month operation. Also, we're going to talk about wealth building strategies and exactly what you need for corporate structure, account structure, and the best thing to do to be able to maximize revenue in your company. Now, this video, like I said, is video number 3. If you haven't watched video number 1, you can do that by clicking the link above, or if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the bar there, and you'll see it'll take you to a page where you'll see the different videos up there. If you're watching in iTunes, same thing. Go to SeanTerryLive.com, SeanTerryLive.com, and you can go there and watch the rest of the video series. Now, in video number 1, we talked about how to go out and go from nothing, how to go out and get your first check and fastest humanly possible. How to go out and start from nowhere. What list to target? What mail piece to use? How to go out and build that first check. Understanding the process of wholesaling. Flipping houses, where you get a property under contract, you locate a distressed seller, you negotiate to get it under contract, and then you sign a contract that gives you equitable interest in the property, and then you can sell that contract to a end buyer, right, for a fee. And typically it's $10,000. You can do it for $20,000. I've done for $50,000. We've done it for over $100,000. So you can turn around and get a property for $50,000, turn around and sell the property for $60,000, and guess what? Make $10,000. Well, you can do that over and over and over again. Now, once you do your first deal, you'll understand the process, and you go, you know what? That wasn't as hard as it looked. I can do that again. So then what you do is you go out and you do another one, and you start doing 1 deal a month, and maybe you do 2 deals a month. Well, phase 2 is where you go out and you have the ability to now get 1 year's worth of income in the bank by flipping houses. Meaning you turn around, if you make $50,000 a year and you learn how to go out and flip houses and you average $10,000 a deal and you do 5 deals, you get 1 year's worth of bank and your money in an account where now you have the option to quit your job if you'd like. Now, from that point, now you can go on and now you're working for yourself. You quit your job. That's an exciting day. Now you're working for yourself. You're still doing 2, 3, maybe 4 deals a month, but now you want to turn that into an operation that, number 1, can build freedom for you, and then have a consistent operation that produces cash flow, okay? Freedom is done by hiring the right team, and the cash flow is done by doing strategic marketing, consistent marketing strategies, okay? And going out and locating distressed sellers and doing it in a market or doing in other markets across the country. So that's number 1. But then what happens is what I call is cash stick, right? So what happens, you have cash flow. Money comes in and money goes out. Money comes in and money goes out. And what happens, there's a certain point where you'll have what's called cash stick. So you'll have money comes in, money goes out, and then guess what's left over? Cash stick. And with that cash stick, you want to be able to invest it correctly using strategic vehicles, right, to be able to, for tax shelter purposes, but also to maximize your future, right, and your retirement and stuff like that. So the bottom line is there's a lot entailed when it comes to then getting your first check, consistently doing 2 or 3 deals, quitting your job, going full time, and then scaling it to a multi-million-dollar business. Okay. Now the bottom line is, in Extreme Freedom, what we do is we compact all this and we put it into an entire weekend. We do it, we go take you through the whole process. We give you all the documents, all the files, everything we need. We actually have a killer iPhone app, which or an Android app, you'll be able to access all the information. And then you'll be able to network. We're going to talk about virtual wholesaling, which is incredibly important, of doing deals in other markets across the country and how to do that strategically and scale into it. But the bottom line is Extreme Freedom is a condensed, intense, basically a weekend where it's October 16th through the 18th, right? And you learn the entire process. So we have people go in and they don't know anything about real estate, and they walk out and they're going, oh my gosh, this has changed my life, because I know that I can go out and I can generate revenue, I can build a business, and I can finally, live the life of my dreams. Now, you look at that and you go, the American dream, and living life in your dreams and living life on your own terms. Imagine being away, not having your job your only source of income. Imagine having a job and doing a couple deals where you're making $5,000, $10,000 a month. Wouldn't that be amazing? Now imagine doing that to where now you can get rid of your job. You don't have a boss to answer anymore. Now imagine you got deals coming in every single month consistently because you built a system. Now imagine this. Now imagine that you've done that. You've hired a team of people that, guess what, will operate your entire business. You'll have someone deal with all the marketing. You have someone taking all the phone calls. You have someone going on all the appointments with the sellers. You have someone selling all the properties. You have someone managing all the books and paying all the bills. And guess what? You manage it by a Monday morning meeting in what's called a scorecard. And that scorecard, everyone has a number that they report on. Now imagine that, and imagine now you get to manage it from a Monday morning meeting. I take a month off and go to my beach house in Southern California, and guess what? We still do $100,000 plus a month in revenue. Why? Because the system and the operations already set up. So Extreme Freedom is about showing you the first step and then showing you exactly what it takes every step of the way to build a ridiculous lifestyle that's based around freedom to go out and generate amazing amount of money, and then be able to understand how to, for wealth structure, to be able to, capitalize on that and set up everything correct. So what we're going to talk about in this video, number one, is going from doing 2 to 3 deals a month, and we're talking about, a hobby where you're doing a couple deals, and here's what typically happens is you're a one-man show, you're a solo operator, a solopreneur. So maybe you've quit your job and now you've got marketing, right? So you're putting out some marketing material. You may be targeting specific lists like an inheritance list or a tax default list. You might be doing a no data list. You might be doing an absentee owner list. Whatever the list might be, you might be targeting a list. You send out some mail. So now you're in the function of marketing. Now you put the mail out, you got calls coming in. Maybe you have a Google AdWords campaign set up and you got calls coming in. So now you're taking the calls from sellers, you're talking to them, you're negotiating, you're figuring out what their motivations are, why they want to sell. And what you're doing is you're looking for motivation with that seller so you can book an appointment. So now you book 2 or 3 appointments because you got calls coming in, you got marketing you put out and stuff like that. You're booking 2 or 3 appointments, and then you turn around, now you go on appointments. Now, I remember when I'm sitting there and I was a solopreneur, I put out the marketing, and guess what? I'd be driving around going to appointments, and between calls, my phone would be blowing up. I'd be on the phone left and right. I'm at lunch. I'm sitting there taking phone calls, trying to eat my lunch, trying to write down. I had my paperwork sitting there. I'm sitting there scribbling all the information from the seller down in my car, I'm driving down the street. It was nuts. Right? It was crazy. But guess what? I was getting stuff done. So I'm sitting there, they'd go on appointments, and I'd be in the appointment for 2 hours. I'd be talking to seller, negotiating, and boom, I'd leave with a contract. I'm excited. And oh my gosh, now my voicemail's full because I got, 25 other people I got to call back from the marketing material I have, right? Now I've got a property under contract. Guess what? Now I've got a procedure to open up escrow. So I've got to open up escrow. I've got to sign the paperwork. I got to email the seller. I've got to get that all set up. Now I move from a marketing person to now I'm a phone person to now I'm a meeting a seller, negotiating an outside sales guy to now I'm a dispositions guy and a transaction coordinator guy to where now I'm going to manage the whole transaction myself. And then go out and market the property, go back into marketing mode again, market the property to a buyer. So I put banner signs out, I put it on Craigslist 2 or 3 times a week. I do that. I talk to some buyers I have, do a text blast maybe, and I turn around now I got calls from buyers. So I got calls from sellers and I got calls from buyers, and they're all coming to my cell phone. Man, I was pulling my hair out. So this buyer call in, say, I want to see the property. Now I got to go schedule, go show the guy the property, and I know you feel my pain. I get it. You've been there. You're doing it now probably, right? But you're having fun because it's your own deal. I get it. Listen, guys, I love this stuff. I love doing deals. I love the energy of going out and talking to sellers and doing deals and getting contracts, man. It's a blast, right? But you can't sustain that. You can sustain it doing 2 or 3 deals a month. And you'll make $10, $15, maybe $20,000 a month, and you'll be ecstatic, right? But if you really want to scale it to a business that gives you the ultimate freedom and gives you the ultimate revenue, then guess what? Extreme freedom is amazing, because we're going to show you that entire process. And here's what we're going to show you. We're basically going to show you exactly the corporate structure that you need. Right? The corporate structure that you need so you can position yourself in a way where you can pay the least amount of tax, right? And keep the most amount of revenue. That's important, because when you do this business, you'll be considered a real estate wholesaler. Now, I just want to let you know, I'm not an accountant and I'm not an attorney, so I can't give you any tax advice or any advice. I'm just telling you what I personally do. I would definitely go out and seek the counsel of an accountant or an attorney before you attempt to do anything and structure anything yourself. That being said, is that what I do is I turn around and I have my corporation set up where I can basically pay the least amount of taxes, maximize the most amount of tax savings to be able to do the business, right? Now, because when you do a lot of deals, you're considered a real estate dealer, and all your income is not capital gains, it's ordinary income, right? Which is not good. So you're taxed at the highest rate possible. So the bottom line is that now, understanding the corporate structure, number one, then understanding what you're building, seeing what you're building, the team. Okay, I've got right here Jerry Best sits, and I got my chair. I'm talking about my chair because I'm at my table. We do our Monday morning meetings at, and we sit around here, and everybody has their chair that they sit in and stuff. Well, Jerry Best sits right here. And she takes all the phone calls, right? So she's going to be there at the event. She takes all the phone calls, and she manages our database Podio. She manages our leads, and then her job is to book appointments. She has a number that she has to hit every single month, or every single week actually, on a target number of how many people she has to talk to and how many appointments that she has to make, quality appointments she has to make. And guess what? We talk about that through our Monday morning meetings. Well, this is a person that you can hire. You can hire a phone person, but what do you pay them? What's their pay structure? What's their commission structure? How do they get any bonus structure? What's their roles and responsibilities? What type of contract do you sign, and what type of payroll do you pay them, right? What type of payroll system, payroll company that you can use to get them, set up and paid? Well, all those questions and answers are done in Flip2, in the Extreme Freedom event. We go through all that, and I give you my contracts. I give you the roles and responsibilities of each person, of what they do, their responsibility. I give you the scorecard so you know specifically what numbers they have to report on every single week. Now, we have a team of people. Right now, your name is in all those seats until you backfill and you hire someone for that position. Well, the question becomes, well, when do I hire? What's the first person I hire? And then how exactly do I do that? What's a hiring process? I have a hiring process that's amazing, where you can take 500 resumes, and you can nail it down without spending any time on them, and get the top 5 people out of 500 resumes, and they sort themselves out. So now you're looking at 5 people. Well, hey, that's easy. 3 of them, 2 of them are good. Interview them, boom. And it saves you hours, countless hours, sorting through resumes, which don't tell you anything, because 99% of the people lie on the resumes, right? But guess what? They can't get through this, what I show them exactly how to do. So we're going to show you the hiring process, show you exactly how it works. And right? Now you want to go hire a sales guy. What's his roles, his responsibilities? What numbers does he report in? How do you train him? Right? How do you work with them? Then you have a dispositions guy. Then you have a marketing person. Once you understand the whole bigger picture, the corporate structure, organizational chart of all the roles, all responsibilities, what their numbers are, what they do, you'll see it, you'll get it, you understand what to build. Here's the thing. I was up in Flagstaff. I got a friend that has a house up there, and beautiful house. In the, Flagstaff's up in the mountains. You got the pine trees, and he has a huge, gigantic deck, and it was amazing. Had a blast up there. But his son, Jake, loves making puzzles, right? Loves making puzzles. And what happened was he had this huge puzzle that was laid out on the table. My daughter, Ava, and Jake were trying to put the puzzle together, right? But what were they missing? They were missing the front cover to see what they were putting together. They couldn't find it. They lost it. And they're sitting there all frustrated trying to put this puzzle together, not knowing what piece goes where and this, that, and the other. And they're trying one piece into this piece and put that puzzle together. And what does this piece do? And this piece goes over here. And these guys are like pulling their hair out, freaking out, right? So then we said, hey guys, you can't do this without seeing the picture that you're building. You can't do it. So I said, okay, we started looking around the house. We started moving stuff around and found it under one of the beds. Pulled it out. We looked at it and we go, holy cow. I showed it to them. We put it up on the corner, and guess what? They blew out that whole thing in a matter of less than an hour, that entire puzzle. Why? Because they saw what they were building. They knew what they were building. They knew the puzzle they were putting together, and they put it together. And we're talking about a couple 12-year-old kids. Now, you and I, it's the exact same thing. You got to see it. What am I building? What does the marketing structure look like? I give you my entire marketing campaigns. What do they look like? What's the structure? What's the order? When do you do them? How soon do you mail them, right? When you have a mailing list, when do you mail them? What's the mailing schedule? The mailing frequency? Do you mix it up a little bit? What about the structure of your organization? What's the pay structure? How does it look like? What's the roles and responsibilities? How do you manage a team? What does an agenda look like for your Monday morning meetings? Okay? All that is shared within Extreme Freedom. We go through all that and give you all the information and all the docs to make it happen, right? And guess what happens? You see the picture and the puzzle comes together. And it's like, oh my gosh. And I'm telling you, people snap. People go, whoa, I get it. I understand it. I know how it works now. And they understand, and they can start building it step by step, piece by piece, into something that is just amazing. We're going to have people there at the event that have done this process. This started from nothing, got their first check, done the process, and they're making $100,000 a month following the process. They've been there, they've done it, they went through the whole thing, and now they're having success there. It's amazing. And the cool thing is you have the ability to do the same thing. So that's the process of going out and then building a consistent, your marketing campaigns, your weekly marketing campaigns, putting that all together and being able to report on a cost per lead. What does it cost on a cost per lead? And what's your KPIs, what we call key performance indicators, that you can tweak and lever in your business to generate skyrocket profits? Okay. How do you know which advertising campaign works and what doesn't? Well, you got to look at the cost per lead, look at the revenue that's generated, and what type of spreadsheets you can do to basically monitor all that. Okay, we give you all that, which is cool. Now, the second thing is wealth creation, because you have now cash coming in, cash going out, and you have what's called cash stick. So we talk about certain retirement plans, things that you can do that you can it's literally putting, taking money from one hand and putting it into another hand. This hand is tax, free. This hand right here is taxable, right? Same amount of dollars, you just put it from here to over here. But what if you could take, as this is a direct line item right off your taxes? Like, again, I'm not a tax accountant, and I'm not giving you tax advice. Check with your own accountant, but I'll tell you what I do, and then you can ask them about it, okay? But the bottom line is, it's literally, you can take it from one hand to another. So what corporate structure do you have? What exactly the type of, retirement account structure do you have, right, to be able to have that cash stick? You just don't want to stick it in your bank account, right? You just don't want to stick it into properties or something like that. There's ways to be able to do it, to be able to tax defer or completely, be tax exempt. So the bottom line is it's incredibly important. That's number one. And then number two is your account structure. Okay. Do you know that successful people, most successful, wealthy people I know, they don't have one account? So you don't have a, REI Corporation LLC set up, and then all your money dumps into REI Corporation LLC, and then you pay yourself a little bit and pay your bills and this and that and the other. Most wealthy people have multiple different accounts. For me, I have income accounts, I have operating accounts, I have tax accounts, I have profit accounts, and I have retirement accounts. I have for each company. So for Flip2Freedom, my company there, Flip2Freedom, educational company, I have income accounts, I have expense accounts, I have tax accounts, I have profit accounts, and I have money that goes into retirement accounts. For Terry's real estate, boom, I have all different accounts set up, and they're all set up with different allocations, with different percentages, and I I do payroll on certain days of the month, right? And it comes in, it's all allocated correctly. So when it comes time for tax time, and then the way corporate and tax structure is, it saves you a huge, massive headache. Because here's the problem. You typically, if you have everything going into one LLC, and then you're trying to QuickBooks the entire thing, it's a mess. You got rental properties in there, you got marketing in there, you got payroll in there, you've got money coming out for this lunch and that lunch and doing this and that, and then it comes all in and it blows in, and then it comes out on your personal returns and it's a big mess, right? So the bottom line is there is a way to be able to structure it so you have everything clean as a whistle, squeaky clean, okay, which is cool. Now, that's all account structure. We talk about all that, and I haven't heard anybody talk about that. I haven't heard anybody talk about those and exactly how to set those up, what to allocate, what percentage to allocate to each one, which is incredibly important. So that is at the Extreme Freedom line. Now, we have a promotion, right? Basically the promotion is all of our VIP tickets are sold out and all of our Money Day tickets. Money Day is where 10 of us get into a room and we mastermind about your business. So we get through, and each person has time to go up and talk about their business and what they do. We coach them through the process and everyone gets to learn. It's a phenomenal breakthrough part. It's a great day. We all have lunch together. It's phenomenal. Then that night we go to a big mixer. We have a mixer at the hotel and everyone hangs out and we're talking and networking. It's a blast. It's so much fun. It's like the who's who and everyone's having a blast networking and stuff. Then on Friday we have the main event. Well, the VIPs, right, and the Money Days get all VIP seating and front row seating up to the event, which is killer. Then the VIPs, we go out to dinner, to 5-star dinners that night. We go to lunches every single day, and we have a blast going to all these killer dinners and fun and doing crazy stuff. It's awesome. Now, the problem is VIP is sold out and Money Day is sold out. It's completely sold out. And the event itself is close to being sold out right now. Okay, we have a handful limited tickets and we still got 30 days out and people are still scrambling to get tickets right now. So the bottom line is this is by far the best wholesaling event. If you want to change your entire life and know how to capitalize on this business, we are solely focused on you, on wholesaling your operation. Now, here's the deal. If you're a fix and flip guy, wholesaling is where it starts. If you're a buy and hold guy, wholesaling is where it starts. If you're a commercial guy, wholesaling, understand how to locate distressed properties and build a business is where it starts. Everything, the root comes back. Why? Because guess what? You make money when you buy property. You understand how to locate distressed properties. Look at Donald Trump, right? He's all over the news now, doing politics, all that type of stuff. The bottom line is he bought one Wall Street for $1 million. And he assumed their debt, renegotiated all the liens down on the property, and made a steal on the deal. Why? Because whoever owned it, whether it be Chinese or Japanese, whatever group owned it, could not make it function. They could not make it work, and they were distressed sellers. And he was able to make a deal on that building in New York City because they're distressed sellers. And that's where he's a mogul, right? And he was able to do that with large properties. It doesn't matter if you're fix and flip. Imagine if you had a source where you could get all the deals at super below market and you knew how to do that. What if you're buy and hold? Same thing. What if you're in commercial? Same thing. What if you're in land? Same thing. If you understand how to locate distressed sellers, that's where everything starts, okay? And we show you how to do that in Extreme Freedom. So here's the promotion. You get your ticket, right, through Extreme Freedom. We had it till Friday at 5 o'clock, right? But I've got an extension, right? I've got an extension till Monday at 5 o'clock. I got it from the hotel. That our room block now is open till Monday. And I think it was sold out last time, but I think we have a couple rooms left. But someone, Chelsea, I talked to her earlier, they said someone called in and was sold out. But just call, try to get it booked. But Monday at 5 o'clock, register now, book your hotel room. Monday at 5 o'clock, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it either on Periscope or I'll put another video out or I'll do an email announcement, whatever, and I'll announce to everybody who the winner is that wins. And I'm going to pick one person that's going to get a VIP ticket, which is then going to get a Money Day ticket, and then you're going to get full VIP access to the whole thing. And then I'm going to pick a Money Day. So I'm going to give away 2 tickets. One is VIP and one is Money Day. And if you do that, get registered, get done, and get started. It's going to be awesome. Because I know you're going to love it. And obviously there's a 100% money back guarantee. It's $97. I mean, give me a break. And and it's a 2-for-1. So if you buy one ticket, you get 2 tickets, right? And you can bring a friend, you can bring your wife, you can bring whoever you want, your business partner, and you can bring them to the event. You just have to register their name with us, so we know they're attending, because we do have limited seats. So make sure you do that. Get locked in ASAP, and I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about the other side of the coin. We're going to talk about the spiritual mindset rituals of successful people and how you can apply it in your life, in your business, to go out and ramp up to the next level. Like I said, in Extreme Freedom, we go dive deep into it, but I'm going to give you the basic idea behind it, and I think it's going to rock your world. So definitely wait for next video that you see. Next video coming out. Make sure you watch it, because it's literally bone chilling. And here's the deal why. Because I've now proven it, right? And I have so many people. I'll give an example. Nazar. Nazar was at our Dallas Extreme Freedom event. Nazar, what's up? So Nazar was at and you guys know Nazar, he's on Facebook and stuff. He used to have long dreads down on his back, right? And from North Carolina. So he came to our event. I had him up on stage, right? And on stage, I remember him telling his story where he was basically just quit his job, and he just did his first 1 or 2 deals, right? And he came to the event. Then the guy from there crushed it. And guess what he did? He cut his hair. He cleaned up. And look at the guy. Man, he's all shaved. The guy looks sharp, doesn't he? Right? The real estate guru. and so what happened was he cranked down, did an incredible job. And then I remember we had the Extreme Freedom event that he came to in Atlanta, Georgia, that we were there. And I talked about a specific technique where you can get your goals, everything you want, get attracted to you in floods. And it's by writing a specific letter in a specific way, and then what you do with that letter every single day. So we did that, right? And he did that, and it's amazing. One of the things he wrote in his letter is that he wanted to take his father to the Super Bowl, right? Now, for them, that was such a far out of the box, gigantic, huge, ridiculous, audacious goal. But he wrote it down anyways, right? And he followed the procedure step by step, exactly what we talked about, and then boom, he posted on Facebook. Holy cow, and he had 2 tickets, and him and his father went to the Super Bowl. So here's the thing. You may think you know what you know, but there's a lot of things we don't know. And you may think, I've seen goal setting and this, that, and the other. No, you haven't. You haven't seen anything like this before. And the bottom line is it works, and it's been proven through countless and countless amount of people. So the bottom line is this, is that it's not just an event about obviously going out and learning the specifics and how to do stuff, but it's also an event that will align you strategically with things that will attract everything you want in your life. It just makes life flow. Have you ever met someone where everything just goes as planned and everything just goes? It's easy for them. Everything just goes. And you met other people, man, it's like taking a square peg and shoving it in a round hole. Everything sucks for them. Everything sucks. It's just terrible. So I'm going to talk about specifically how to get on the other side of that fence where everything flows for you, and it takes specific techniques. It's not something you just wait for it to happen. It's something you create in your life. And there's specific techniques on how to do that. So get signed up for Extreme Freedom. Seats are filling up quickly. Get registered by Monday at 5 o'clock. Get your hotel room booked by Monday at 5 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and we're going to talk about the triangle effect, and we're going to dig deep into that and show you and tell you what it's all about. So I'll see you guys. Take care. God bless, and have a good night.